What is the precipice? Most of us have been trying to figure out exactly what that is, and that can mean so many things. So many things. A precipice might be different things to different people, but what is ultimately the precipice of what is being talked about when things will change, when we will have the will to change? With all the chaos and confusion and the exhaustion emotionally that has been going on, we are so wishing that this is the precipice. Well, things had to be this way for a very solid reason, and I think people are starting to figure out why. People had to wake up. And sometimes it's just a matter of you can't tell somebody what's going on, you have to show them. So then again, that comes back to the question, what is the precipice? Where people have the will to change. I came across something a story I had heard quite some time ago that I came across again, and I think it's an excellent example of exactly what the precipice is. So we're going to get right to it. There was a book that was written in 1937 by Napoleon Hill called Think and Grow Rich. And it's been a fantastic book for entrepreneurs on what to do and how to overcome huge obstacles and so on. And part of the book has different stories in it to help you understand by example from the story. And one of the stories was about the year 1519, during the Spanish conquest of Mexico, when Hernan Cortes, the Spanish commander, took his army to fight a losing battle. He was going in a war against an enemy with 5 times the amount of men that he had. And this is just a little bit of a description of what was in the book, Think and Grow Rich, talking about this very true story. It's just a short paragraph. A long time ago, a great warrior had to make a decision which ensured his success on the battlefield. He was about to send his armies against a powerful foe whose men outnumbered his own. He loaded his soldiers into the boats, sailed to the enemy's country, unloaded the soldiers and the equipment, and then he gave the order to burn the ships. And he had his army take care of that, carried that out. Addressing his men before the first battle, which all this army, 5 times bigger than theirs, was sitting over the hill a ways, kind of partying it up and not worried at all. He said, "You see the boats going up in smoke? That means we cannot leave these shores alive unless we win. We now have no choice. We win or we perish." They won. Every person who wins in any undertaking must be willing to burn his ships and cut all sources of retreat. Only by doing so can one be sure of maintaining that state of mind known as a burning desire to win, essential for success. So, if you look at the way things are right now, even though people are starting to stand up globally, but especially here, it's now beginning more than ever in the United States. If you look at it that way, how many people have their back up against the wall? How many people still have a soft place to fall? Forgive the rhyming there, but it's true. There are too many people that have a place to retreat to. The noose may be getting tighter and tighter slowly, subtly over time, but are we to that point? Are we to that precipice where globally we are up against the wall? We have no place to fall back to. It's like a cornered animal that is up against the wall. He's about to lose his life. What is the most dangerous animal in that type of case? A wounded animal that is cornered up against the wall, no choice but to move forward with absolute, total, unequivocal focus without even a remote desire of the possibility of losing. The focus is, that's it. If I'm going to live, if I'm going to be able to get through this, the focus is absolute in moving forward. Are we there yet? Nope. No, we're not. It's going to probably have to get to such a degree where no one has a place to retreat to, where you are in that particular situation. Now, why would they take things to that kind of a degree, to that kind of precipice? Well, let's look at this Spanish commander here. He was one of the best commanders out there. He probably even had fantastic officers that worked with him. Do you think he could have fought that battle without an army that was absolutely committed to not losing, where there was absolutely no place to retreat, even though the odds were against them? If we're going to get through this, the leaders, whoever they may be, and I think everyone believes it's going to be Trump et al. Or whomever, needs an army that is committed, that is absolutely committed to moving forward. It doesn't mean it has to be violence, but it does mean that it's an absolute standing firm, whatever that looks like, where there's no retreat, a continual moving forward until the battle is won. Yes, things are going on behind the scenes, but just like this Spanish commander, they can't do it without us. We, the people, globally, can't do it without us unless everyone is committed, because we're talking about an evil that has gone back many centuries, that is so deeply entrenched in every aspect of society. It's got to be this way. So might be a little bit quicker if everyone started to step up now, and it looks like that is starting to happen, because they're calling parents terrorists because they are talking about they do not want certain things taught to their children, and they are absolutely against things that are going on in the schools. I don't have to sit here and outline everything. You know all this. You heard it all ad nauseum. But that's the precipice that we're waiting for. So as we sit back and we calmly wait for everything to go forward, just know until people understand there's not a soft place to fall, we haven't reached the precipice. After this video, I'm going to be doing a video about Gitmo, the trials that went on from September 6th to the 17th. And I had to wait for the transcripts. I needed to go over them to make certain about a few things. So I have a lot to talk about with that too. We'll be talking to you soon.